Assalamualaikum everyone. Hope you all are doing great and well. So welcome back to my video. So once again, I'm back with you guys with another video. So let's start our today's lecture without wasting any of our time. So in today's lecture, we are gonna study about maths, leaving science behind. So we are gonna study about square and square root. Now, first of all, you should know what is a square in geometry. So let's recap, like what's a square now? So when we say the word square, the first answer that comes in our mind is a 2D shape in which length is equal to the breadth and its area. That means length multiplied by length. Like here in a square, the length, the breadth or the width, they are always same. They have the same measurement. All four sides are equal and each side has a 90-degree angle. So this is what square actually means. It's a 2D shape. You can draw it in a paper. What's a square number now? So also called as perfect square. Square number is also called a perfect square. So a number that is the square of a whole number. So it's basically a square number or a perfect square. Can be represented by arranging objects in a square. So whenever you can arrange objects in a square, that means that's a square number or perfect square. Now here, as in 1, you cannot arrange that. But in 4, if you do like 1 you can, 4 in 4 you can arrange them, 9 you can perfectly arrange them, 16 you can also arrange them. So these all are perfect squares or square numbers. Okay, square numbers are called square numbers because you can make a square out of that number of smaller squares. Okay, now for example, one can make a large square out of 9 small squares like this. One can make a large square out of 9 small squares like this. Okay, like that means one like this. Okay, large square out of 9 small cube squares. Okay, then let's think, can you make a larger square out of 10 small squares? Yes or no? Can you make a large square out of 10 small squares? Also justify your answer. Look, there are 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So can you make a large square out of them? So you can, wait, let's us do it together. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now we are left with a 10th one and we don't have a space for 10th one. That means no. Okay, because we are not going to arrange them all together. Understanding square numbers, multiplication table. Now here, like 1 ones are 1, 2 twos are 4, 3 threes are 9, 4 fours are 16, 5 fives are 25, 6 six are 36, 7 sevens are 49, 8 eights are 64, 9 nines are 81. Now they are in an order, and in this order they are also, these all are square numbers or perfect square. Okay, like one ones are 1, 2 twos are 2, 2 twos are 4. Okay, so now here they are perfect square. Now that you can, this is a trick for you for coming to know about square numbers or square perfect squares. Now perfect square, or you can say them as square numbers. So from the above table, we can observe that 1 ones are 1, 2 twos are 4, 3 threes are 9, 4 fours are 16, and so on. They all are examples of perfect square. Now perfect squares like 1, 4, 9, 16. So 1, 4, 9, 16, 25, 49, 64, 81, 100 are perfect square numbers. If you observe carefully, the unit place of perfect square numbers are 1, 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, or 9. Perfect square never end with 2, 3, 7, or 8. So you should know that they end with, you can carefully see that they can end with 1, 0, 4, 5, 6, or 9, but they can never end with 2, 3, 7, or 8. Now the numbers which end with 1, 4, 6, 9, 5, and 0 may or may not be perfect square. Now they can be perfect square and maybe they can't be perfect square. Okay, it varies. Then definition of a square of a number. So a number multiplied by itself gives an other example which is set as square. Okay, for example, what is a square of 2? Now for doing that, you are going to multiply 2 by 2. The square number of 2 is 4. Now you're going to get to know it by like that. Now write down the first 15 perfect squares of 4 numbers. So 0 zeros are 0, 1 ones are 1, 2 twos are 4, 3 threes are 9, 4 fours are 16, 5 fives are 25, 6 six are 36, 7 sevens are 49, 8 eights are 64, 9 nines are 81, 10 tens are 100, 11 elevens are 120, 121, 12 12s are 144, 13 13s are 169, 14 14s are 196. So these all are perfect square. Like when you're gonna multiply a number by itself, you're gonna get a perfect square. Okay. Now you need to identify the following numbers are perfect square or not. So 16. So yes, 16 is a perfect square. Okay. So like for 4s are 16. So that means here you guys can see for 4s are 16. So definitely it is the perfect square. Then is 15 a perfect square or not? So 15 is not a perfect square. 146, so 146 is also not a perfect square. 300 is also not a perfect square. And 1 2 324, so 324 is a perfect square. How? Like 18 are 364, 324, so that's why it's a perfect square. Then 729, so it's a perfect square because 27 are 729, so it's a perfect square. Then square of an odd or even number. Now let's find square of the following numbers. 13, so it's an odd number. So square of 13 means 13 multiply, like 13 exponent 2, that means 13 multiplied by 13. That means 169. Here 13 is an odd number and square is 169 is also an odd number. So we can conclude that square of an odd number is always an odd number. Okay. Now we're gonna try this like 12. So it's an even number. So square of 12, that means 12 multiplied form is gonna be 12 exponent 2, that means 12 multiplied by 12 gives you 144. Here 12 is an even number and square of 144 is also an even number. So we can conclude that square of an even number is always an even number. So you should know that square of odd number is always odd and square of even number is always even. Comparison of a decimal and its square. Now square of 1.4 improper decimal, that is equals to 1.4 multiplied by 1.4 is equals to 1.6996. Okay, so now here 1.4 is smaller than 1.96 means 1.4 is smaller than its square. So square of 0.3 proper decimal is equals to 0.3 multiplied by 0.3, that is equals to 0.09. Now 0.3 is greater than 0.09 means 0.3 is greater than its square. A comparison of fraction and square. Now square of 1/2 is equals to 1/2 multiplied by 1/2, that is equals to 1/4. That means first we'll make the denominator of both fractions same. We can get equivalent fractions of 1/2 by multiplying it with 2 and get 2/4, as 2/4 is greater than 1.4. So 1/2 is greater than 1/4, hence 1/2 is greater than its square. Let's summarize the properties of a perfect square. So first of all, square of negative numbers like -1 exponent 2 means -1 multiplied by -1 is equals to 1. -2 exponent 2, that means -2 multiplied by -2 gives you 4, and -3 exponent 2, that means -3 multiplied by -3 gives you 9, etc. So square of every negative number is always a positive number. Then square of an odd number is always odd, square of an even number is always even, square of proper fraction is always less than itself, and square of proper decimal is always less than itself, and square of improper decimal is always greater than itself. Now let's understand square roots. Now roots and radicals. Now the symbol used to indicate a root is the radical symbol. Now what is it? It's like this. Wait, let me show you. It's like this. Okay. Then what else you're having is root and radicals. Now every radical expression has three parts: radical symbol, index, and radicand. Okay. Then you guys can say what now here the if you feel like it's like you are doing division once, it's not division, it's another symbol used for square root. Now here the part that is in the divisor place, like you can say that it's divisor place, it's the basically the index. Then the dividend here is the radicand, and the quotient here is the radical. Like I'm telling you, if you see it with an eye of an equal, like with the eye of doing the division, like, but it's not division, it has a different name. It's basically not division, so it's basically a radical symbol. Okay, so it's not division symbol, it's a radical symbol. Okay, so here this place is the radical, this place is the radicand, this place is the index. So the index of radical is a whole number greater than or equal to 2. Then the index of a square root is always 2. You should know that index of square root is always 2. This place is going to be always 2 of a square root. So by convention, an index of 2 is not written since it's the smallest possible index. So it's totally okay if we don't write it. A square root of 49 could be written as you can use write to over here. But if you don't write to over here, so you're gonna, it's totally okay, because definitely in the question or somewhere you have measured square roots, or square root is always 2, so you know about it. It's normal to don't write it. Square root. So the square root of number is another number which, when multiplied by itself squared, given back to the original number. 5 is a square root of 25. How? So 5 is equals to square root of 25. So it is basically truth, because yeah, 5 comes in the table of 25. So yeah, 25 comes in the table of 5. Okay. Now square root of 49 is equals to 7, because 7 multiplied by 7 is equals to 7 squared. That means 49. Square root. So square root of a positive number is the number whose square is the given number. Now symbol of square root. So it can be written like this, or by using 2 like that. Okay. Now again, radicand, radical, and index. This is the index, radicand, and that one is a radical. And here 5 is equals to 5 is square root of given number. So this is a square root of given number. Understanding square and square root. Now square number and square root. Now square number 16 is equals to 4 exponent 2. 25 is equals to 5. Here square root is gonna be 16 is equals to 4, and 16 in the square root of 16 is equals to 4. Okay. Then 25 over 5 exponent 2, that means 25. Square root of 25 is equals to 5, and 1.44 is equals to 1.2 exponent 2, that means square root of 1.44 is equals to 1.2. Then 9 over 121 is equals to 3 over 11 exponent 2, that means 9 over square root of 9 over 121 is equals to 3 over 11. Okay. Roots and radical. Now the rules or laws of square roots. There are many rules of exponents, but right now we'll discuss just 2. Multiplication and division. So multiplication, like it is square root of a multiplied by square root of b is equals to a multiplied by b, square root a multiplied by b. In division, it's like square root of a divided by square root of b, that is equals to square root of a divided by b. B may not be equal to 0, but it's totally okay if it's 0, but it may not be equal to 0. Okay. Okay. So what are the first 10 whole numbers that are perfect squares? So it's like these all, when you're gonna multiply them by themselves, that means you're getting the perfect square. Square and square root are inverse of each other, so they can be cancelled with each other, like numbers and square is 2, its square is 4, 6, 36, 8, 64, 9, 81. You're gonna multiply them. Perfect squares numbers square root. Now 4, 2, 36, 6, 64, 8, 31, 9. So you're gonna totally inverse them. So square of 2 is 4, so square root of 4 is 2. Okay. Complete the table. Okay. Number, square of number and square root of answer of 2 column. Okay. So 1, that is equals to square of number is 1. 1 exponent 2 is equals to 1. That means 2 exponent 1, then it's gonna be 1. Then in the second one we're gonna have 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, and 20. Okay. Now complete the okay. So I hope so you have understand today's lecture. So see you in another video and another lecture. Bye bye, take care, and Allah Hafiz everyone.